Hello everybody, my name is Mike Demaro and I want to welcome you to the latest episode of My Life with Asperger's. This episode we're going to talk about the Tampa walk that happened this past weekend. Like the West Palm Beach walk back early part of March, I'm going to do a video recap of the Tampa walk. Now, as you may know, the walk was held at Raymond James Stadium, home of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I guess University of South Florida Bulls also play their football games there too. But anyways, and was also Raymond James Stadium was also the site of the walk. Now they held it outside of the stadium, and you know, everybody was thinking, it's gonna rain, it's gonna rain, it's gonna rain, there's gonna be a thunderstorm, there's gonna be something, you know. But luckily, it did not rain until after we cleaned up from the walk. So, we got lucky. We got lucky that the walk was held when it did. Because if it was held like in the afternoon, oh no, that was not gonna happen. Because the rain came in, the dark clouds came, and by the time I was doing laundry in the area, it was downpouring. Man, you know, it was crazy. But yeah, luckily we escaped the rain and the thunder on this one, and the storms. So, but yeah, I was supposed to arrive at 7 or around there, or 6 for the walk, but I didn't arrive until like around 7:30. Yeah, I kind of slept in a little. Yeah, it was hard getting up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning to leave to get on the road to go out to Tampa, but I made it anyways. I was there by 7:30, and I tell ya, you know, when it was like 9:30, 10 o'clock, we had people lined up. You know, I work registration, right? You knew that. And I'm on the committee for this walk too. You probably knew that as well. Well, anyways, we were handing out t-shirts like crazy. We were registering people like crazy, you know. Sometimes we had lines straight out to the street, pretty much. You know, everybody was coming crazy. I was thankful that people did come. We expected, there was like 3,000 people that showed up, 3,000, 4,000 people that showed up for the walk. So I was very happy with the turnout. And even though I didn't get there at the walk site until the day of the walk, you know, I liked the layout of it. You know, I was very glad that the walk was held and we didn't have to cancel it like the one in Palm Beach earlier in March. You know, I was disappointed with Palm Beach, but I was very happy with Tampa. I was very happy with the way things went. You know, other than registration and trying to have enough people at registration tent, yeah, that was kind of a problem. But I was glad that I flagged down the volunteer and then they went to get more volunteers to help us out. But other than that, I felt it went smoothly. I felt that, you know, even when I went over to the resource fair and thanked everybody, thanked all the resource fair vendors who came, I thanked them all because, you know, I really was thankful that they came. So anyways, I did have fun in Tampa, and I really enjoyed myself there. And even though, you know, let's put it this way, Tampa's an hour from me, and I was unable to come to the meetings. However, I was able to call in most of the meetings. Since February, when I came back home from the camping show up north, they were having a meeting that night, and Even when I was getting my luggage, getting to my car, and then going to the restaurant to have something to eat for dinner, I was on that telephone for the meeting. That was my first meeting I was on the telephone for. That was the first meeting that I was included. So I was very thankful. And ever since then, when the meetings were weekly, I was on the telephone. 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 I was on the call. I was on the call. You know, because I wanted to help, and I did a great job working at the Tampa Walk. You know, I was glad that yesterday, yeah, it was held yesterday, yeah, on Saturday. I was glad that I was able to finally meet the committee face to face. Even though the chairman knew me, well, not really knew me, but he saw like a couple of my videos and knew what I looked like and got an idea of what I looked like. I didn't know what he looked like, so unless I went on his Facebook page and saw the pictures of him. But you know, I recognized him when he was riding around in the golf cart there, so anyways, I was glad to meet everybody. They're a helpful group. I really enjoyed working with this committee. I know I also work with the Orlando Walk committee too on their walk, but I really enjoyed working with the Tampa crew because, you know, they're a great bunch of people. Everybody that I work with, West Palm, Fort Myers, Daytona, everybody that's been on a committee for the walk, every chairman of their walks, they've been a pleasure to work with. And I can say the very same thing with the Tampa crew. You know, they did a great job, and I was glad to be a part of their committee and help them out. You know, everybody thanks me for coming out to their walks and helping them out. You know, I do these walks and I work these walks because I feel that, hey, I want to try to spread awareness to I want to spread awareness of autism and Asperger's to everybody. And I'm an adult that has Asperger's, and I know there's not that much services on Asperger's for adults, but I am going to try to improve that. I am going to try to get a job with Autism Speaks real soon. You know, because there needs to be more services for adults. There needs to be more resources done. There needs to be more information for us adults that are on the spectrum. Because they tend to, I'm not saying anything mean about Autism Speaks, but I feel that they only tend to children and the parents of the children that are on the spectrum. You know, what happens to the children once they become adults? You know, Asperger's and autism is stuff that is going to be in them throughout their whole lives. You know, me especially. I wasn't diagnosed until I was 22 years old. But anyways, let's say this. Tampa, great job on your walk. I really enjoyed doing the walk. I really enjoy working with the people with Autism Speaks as well. They are a great bunch of people. And I'm glad I'm kind of a celebrity with the organization down here in Florida. But yeah, great day, you know. And I want to thank a couple of people that really stepped up to the plate and helped me volunteer, helped me out in the registration tent, because they came from they worked with me at the Orlando Walk too. But I mean, the night before I was saying, or the night before they were asking what time should they be there, what time should they be there, and I told them, why don't you guys be there around 8 a.m. and if you guys want to volunteer, be there at 8 a.m. So no matter what, I told them to be there at 8 a.m. And you know what? They came at 8 a.m. They came and they helped me out with registration because there was a whole lot of people there. And I was like, why don't you help me out with registration? I need help. So they came and they helped me out. And they're two members of my Mike's Pals team. And they're incredible people to work with. And I'm real thankful for them to come and step out and come to the walk. Thank you, Avery. Thank you, David, for coming out to Tampa and helping me out. Because, you know, if you guys didn't come and volunteer and help me out, I probably would have been stuck. Still, you know, it would have been craziness. It was craziness, no matter how you put it. But if you guys didn't show up, you know, it was still going to be crazy, and there was still going to be people coming. You know, it was like crazy. But yeah, I was very thankful. I'm thankful to the committee. I want to thank them too, because they're real thankful that I came out, but I'm thankful for them for putting on this great walk. And I hope to be more involved with them next year too. And hopefully it'll be at Raymond James Stadium. I also want to apologize to the people out in Treasure Coast. I know I was supposed to go out to their walk too, but unfortunately, when they scheduled the Treasure Coast walk, they also scheduled it on the same weekend, actually on the same day as Tampa. And I felt kind of bad for the people on Treasure Coast. They needed volunteers too, and I was already committed to Tampa, and I'm sorry for not coming out to Treasure Coast. Now, like I said with Miami and Palm Beach, when they had their walks back in early March, I'm going to make the same suggestion to both Tampa and Treasure Coast. If possible, please, if you have to have it on the same weekend, please have one walk on Saturday and the other on Sunday. So that if, like for example, me, who likes to volunteer and work at the walks, can also go to the other walk, you know? I would love to go out to Treasure Coast and see their walk too. You know? I know it's hard to schedule these things, but, and I know that people do schedule things on the same day, but that's the way life goes, and I know that for experience. Hopefully next year, you know, hopefully next year some of these walks can be scheduled on different days. They can be scheduled on the same weekend, but I'm just saying, one walk on Saturday, one walk on Sunday. Is that a problem with anybody? I know it might be a problem with some people, but I don't see a problem with it. You know, it get people like me to go to these walks. I want to go to these walks. My goal, actually, is to attend every single walk in the state of Florida, I should say. I already been to 5, and I'm hoping to make Jacksonville 6 this year. So, anyways, and then hopefully Miami will be a walk that I can attend to next year, and hopefully Treasure Coast is a walk I can attend to next year, and hopefully we can get a walk down in Key West formed, or even one in Polk County. I like to see a walk formed in Polk County, because Polk County is a big county, and it's like you have to travel an hour to get to Tampa. You have to travel an hour to get to Altamont Springs. You know, why don't we just have a walk in Polk County and be it? You know, it's hard to travel a long distance to get to these walk sites, and you know. But yeah, I enjoy doing all these walks. So hopefully we will have a walk down here in Polk County, so that people don't have to travel far. But anyways, once again, I want to thank the Tampa Walk Committee for allowing me to be a part of their committee, and for putting on this great walk at Raymond James Stadium. I had a blast working with everybody, and I'm glad I met some new friends. So anyways, that's the end of this episode, and I hope to talk to you on another episode. Bye for now.